Well, hello, everyone. How's it going? Jar, how you doing, bud?
I'm okay. I'm okay. CCM, how are you doing?
You didn't sound
It's questionable.
positive.
It's questionable right now, but I'm just gonna say I'm okay.
Oh man,
You don't need to know about my personal problems.
That's okay. Nobody needs to know. Nobody needs to know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Hi, everybody. We'll go shout out the chat in a couple of minutes here, but yeah, another Tuesday.
Yes, it is.
I'm sorry, I got some echo going in the background. My apologies. I'm fixing that. There we go. Fixed. All right. There we go. See, it ain't just you with the problems there, John.
Yeah. Camera's working. You can hear me. We're like 50% of the way there right now.
That's right. Now we just need something to say.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And we're working on that right now. Matrix Money Tuesday. It's St. Patrick's Day, right? Today is St. Patrick's Day.
That's right. I forgot.
Wrong?
I literally forgot. Because you know, I no longer go out and celebrate with the green beer.
No, neither do I. I think I'm past that now. Unfortunately, just water.
I was gonna say I should have dyed this green. It's water, so there we
dye it green and call it whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Oh man, so you want to go say hey to everybody?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Let's see. Chris V in the house.
Welcome, Chris V.
And then Chris V Seeker.
Oh yes.
It's the same one or not?
Let's call it the same person. Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
I know. I have no idea. I'm just saying that.
Oh, okay. And damn it, Dave. Appreciate Dave being here. Hey, Sonny is here. Appreciate you, man.
Sonny.
Thanks for showing up. And well, now it's a party. And yes, happy St. Patrick's Day. You know, Shuby's got the green beer there.
Hand in hand. All right. Happy St. Patty's.
Yeah. Good evening to you, Chris. What's that say? Macro meatballs. I like that name.
Nice name.
I like it. How's it going? Oh, hey, Jesse's in the house. If you're on my channel, one of my channels, Jesse emoji's in the chat. Matter of fact, and Shuby emoji's in the chat. If you're on my channel. Green beer from I didn't even get to that message yet. There it is. Oh, and he just let you know. There he is, one and the same.
Okay, one and the same. There we go. Good guess. Keep them on both channels. Yeah, can't complain.
Yeah. There you go. Well, appreciate everybody being here. And listen, we got a few things to talk about tonight. We actually got a lot of Bitcoin related stuff tonight, and hopefully some interesting things that you'll enjoy when it comes to crypto mining or Bitcoin mining anyway. Not that it's going to be, I think, super profitable for everybody if you decide to go down these avenues, but it would definitely be super unique if you go down these avenues. So there you go. And is that say Marco and I misread it? Oh, sorry, man. Marco, I apologize. Marco Meatballs. I old man eyes. Sorry, man. Sorry about that. My son's name, he's 3 and he loves meatballs. Well, there you go.
Can't go wrong with that. Yeah.
There you go. And
my son likes pizza.
Right. Again. Okay. Well, appreciate your opinion.
Amongst other things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Amongst the government, amongst fiat, amongst everything. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And welcome, by the way. Appreciate you being here. All right. Well, shall we kick this puppy off, Jar? What do you think?
Yes, we can.
Guys, in the chat, as we're going through this stuff, come on. Be lively. Shout out what you're thinking about what we're pulling up here for you. Let's see. What are we starting off with? I think we're starting off with the sad fact that Americans have got to pull a lot of their savings out of their retirement, huh?
Yes, sir. That's the one that I got up here first.
All right.
And
Well,
yeah,
we're starting with the bad stuff first, folks. Okay.
we'll work our way to the positive stuff, but this
E-
is where
e-
we're starting right now.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, Jar, go ahead, give it the breakdown, and then we can hammer it out.
Well, it's a trend that sort of sucks, but it's real and it's what's happening right now. And it just basically talks about the state of the economy. It's just people withdrawing from their retirement. There isn't enough money to go around to cover expenses. So this is a trend that's growing over the last 6 months to a year. And that's basically what this is going on with. Are you familiar with this story? Have you heard this growing?
Yeah, I did. I actually read the article, and then looking at it from a couple of different influencers and news reports and that kind of thing. And you're right. That's the juxtapose of the whole thing is exactly that. For those who don't know, and Jar, I'm not sure if you have similar savings vehicles in Canada, but here in the US, 401ks is primarily what it's referring to here. But there is also something called 403bs. It depends if the company is profit or nonprofit, that kind of thing. That it's primarily focusing on that Americans that have those type of savings plans can take out what are called hardship loans against their retirement savings. And the idea being that you'll pay it back. But in most cases, you pay it back without having to pay interest like you would if you went to a bank or some other kind of lending institution. Here, you take it out of your retirement savings, you pay it back, and once it's back, you're good to go, and your retirement is back whole again. And we're seeing, according to a Vanguard report, that as high as 6% of Americans, and I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you think about how many Americans and workers have like 401ks and 403bs, are you kidding me? That's a staggering number, and they're using it just to get by. It is, in my opinion, a sad state of affairs to what's going on here in the United States. And I mean, I'm sure other countries have it worse. And Jar, I want to hear the Canadian perspective on this, obviously. But like, holy moly, I can't believe that, and it's just increasing, that this number is kind of slowly ticking up, where people need more and more help to keep up and not drown with what things are going on in the economy. Jar, what's it look like in Canada? And do you guys even have these kind of vehicles?
We do. Ours is just called an RRSP. It's a registered retirement savings plan.
Okay.
And it's very similar. There's penalties. If you withdraw against it, there's a penalty on it. There are loans and different types of sequences that you can use to extract money for short-term gaps, like you might have some financial hardships. I believe that I'm aware of right now is there's still penalties involved when you try to withdraw against it. The 6%, like if we're looking at 6% of a total population, we're still talking in the millions. 6% of the retirement people, that's a smaller subset. So it's still probably around close to 1 million people that is going to be in this position where they're going to have to withdraw just to cover the bill. So no matter how you look at it, it's not a positive sign. We're looking at different things over here to get the economy going. And I know our government has tried several different things and nothing seems to be working. And you can see it in the real estate market. You can see it when you go to the grocery store. You can see it everywhere. So this trend is just accelerating over time instead of decreasing.
And Cameron is just coming in here from Canada. Welcome, Cameron. But he said
TFSA. That's a tax-free savings account. So it's an allocation. It's separate from retirement, but it's a savings account that you can have. You can contribute X amount of dollars per year. That is not taxed, and that amount will grow every single year. So you can constantly contribute like a retirement savings plan. However, you can touch this. Once you remove the savings from this account, that allocation is gone. Once you've used it up, you've already used it up. So you can constantly contribute to it and you can allow it to grow. But once you withdraw, that's when you start to see you can't contribute back to the amount that you removed.
Okay, so it's a kind of it's kind of like touching the electrical wire, bzz, and then that's it. You can't you can't
Yeah,
put any more in.
exactly. The idea is to keep it in there for as long as possible, but you can get it removed without being penalized.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
with the other ones that you were mentioning, what was it? Did you say it was RSPs or something?
RRSP. Yeah. So that's the registered retirement savings plan. So that's sort of like your 401k, where you can contribute to it's sheltered, doesn't get taxed on the income that you put in immediately from your salary and so
Yeah,
on. Very
deferred
similar to what you have
taxing.
in the US. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Now, did you say you can take loans out against those funds, kind of like American?
So don't quote me on it. I know that you can. I just don't know what the penalties are. And there's definitely going to be penalties. You can take out money from any account that you have, but you're definitely going to get penalized. I don't know the extent of that yet because I haven't seen it myself.
Well, I mean, for the 401ks and the 403bs here in the US, you
Hmm.
take out those loans, there's no penalty. You as
Mm,
the only time you accrue the penalty, I should
yeah,
clarify, the
yeah,
only time you accrue a penalty is if you don't pay it back.
got it,
Uh,
got it.
but if you like take out whatever, $10,000 loan out of your retirement or whatever, and
Mhm.
you pay it back, it's as if you never touched it.
I could say it's probably the same thing, but I don't know enough about it. I have never even looked into it myself, so I'm not sure.
Okay. I
Yeah,
just was curious. I mean, because,
yeah,
I know Canada and the US have a lot of similar or similarities when it comes to these kind of things.
yeah.
But, it's always interesting to see. And if there's anybody from another country that's sitting here watching what we're talking about, by all means, chime in, give us a quick skinny on what may be the case in your neck of the woods. But yeah, again, the bottom line is, in my opinion, is that it's a sad state of affairs that in order to just kind of survive, you got to start tapping into your retirement savings.
Yeah. One thing that they had mentioned in the article, which I think is true, is when you're saving for retirement, there shouldn't be a cap on how much you contribute per year.
Mm,
Why are they capping your retirement savings? Like this is going to be less stress on the system if you're able to contribute as much as possible. So later in life, you're able to just live off your own savings rather than depend on the government for X amount of percentage for your retirement. So I never understood why there was a cap on that. I know at a certain age when you can start removing it, that's when there might be some issues. But 65, 70 seems to be reasonable overall.
yeah, well, I have my own thoughts about that, and I definitely need to break out the tinfoil hat in order to uh go really down. And maybe that's a live stream for us, John, on a future live stream, because
Yeah.
we'll get derailed instantly here if we if we go down that road. But I believe that it's very much, well, it's obviously government manipulation because they're the ones creating the
Yes.
structures for this. But I don't mean it in the sense of just the framework and the structuring, but very much to the degree of why they want it that way, because you're no good to them if you are financially
Self-reliable.
independent. Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, you're of no use to them. You can't be manipulated, or you're less manipulatable. So again, have to break out that tinfoil hat there,
Well,
but
okay, yeah, you could say that, but at the same time, your salary is your salary. There's only so much that you can put it. Like there's always a
well,
cap no matter where
that's
you are in
also
the cycle,
true.
right? Yeah.
But shouldn't you be able to decide what that cap is?
100%. 100%. You should be able to do with what you want to do with your money. I
If
understand
I want to live on
in a certain way.
ramen noodles for my life and put it all into my retirement, I should be able to do that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, there we go. Andrew just dropped a comment in here breaking down the tax-free savings account. They call it tax-free savings account, so all uneducated Canadians can put all their money in and out of there thinking it's smart. Yeah, but they're really losing it in that window. That's true. Yeah, it's like once you contribute, you have to leave it in this account, and if you remove it, then that allocation and that space has now already been taken. So yeah.
Okay,
There's
fair
other
enough.
mechanisms, like, if you're really good if you have a really good tax accountant, there is other ways to maneuver the system like there is in every other country, but, you have to be quite savvy to get around some of the rules, which I'm
Yep.
not, so, yeah.
Well, there you go. And again, you're looking or we're looking at it from a very much an individual lens, when there are also other opportunities. And that is part of the manipulation, in my opinion, because again, they're making it for the individual here, which, okay, fine. I got no issue with, like, hey, good for you, the individual. But the individual could operate within other structures and probably come out better for it, such as a trust or a company or something like that.
Yes.
Again, beyond the scope of what we're talking about here. But yeah, my humble opinion.
Yeah, maybe that's a topic we can talk about next time, is family trusts and how you can structure that for building out your own line of credits and everything else, because there's so many other maneuvers that you can use where you're not taxed at the same level as you would if you use your own income.
Yep. And Christopher, welcome. Appreciate you being here and for listening. And interesting, perhaps it's a lot different from a Roth IRA. Yeah. Well, I don't know that they have loans in Roth IRAs here in the U.S. Now, in fairness, I'm not going to lie. I'm not completely versed on the Roth IRA or even the traditional IRAs for that matter. So I don't know that that's the case. And if someone does know who's in the chat, by all means, throw it in there. But as far as the 401k, 403b scenario, yeah, that's a given opportunity that you have that you can avail yourself of. And Kevin in the house, appreciate you.
Kevin K, welcome.
Well, Jar, I think we should probably move on. I appreciate thank you to everybody for like chiming in there and helping that conversation along. But I think the next thing we need to talk about is, because if you're not putting money, your fiat dollars into something in the fiat realm, you might be trying to put it into the cryptocurrency, right? And when I saw this next news article about I hit the wrong button here. The next news article about BlockFill, I was just like, how is this thing still alive after all the collapses of like Celsius and BlockFi and all that kind of stuff? And I don't know if you've got that article ready there, Jar, but I mean,
whoops,
wrong one.
There we go.
There it is. Where they recently filed for bankruptcy. I mean, first off, I barely remember hearing about this particular company, like, in the realm of like, okay, yeah, but like never used them, never did a deep dive, none of that, which is again why I think I was so surprised that they were even still like, in functioning and in business. And it just plays to the obvious, in my opinion, counterparty risk when you're using these centralized crypto entities, which is the antithesis of the crypto space as a whole. Had you heard about these guys?
No. Like you had mentioned before, I thought this was BlockFi, which has already gone through the circles. Yeah. This is BlockFill, so this is a different platform on its own. It's Chicago based, and it ran into the same issues where they're cooking the books. At least it looks like they're cooking the books. The reported assets were 50 million to 100 million, but they were dwarfed by the liabilities that were up to $500 million. So this is huge. And in federal court, they have frozen 70.6 Bitcoin after these funds were found inappropriated listed. And right now, the CEO or the co-founder, Nicholas Hammer, has resigned with all the turmoil that's happening right now. So quite a few things that are going on with BlockFills. And Chicago-based company, I've never heard of them. I wasn't too sure if you had any interactions with this exchange.
Not even remotely. Like I said, the name sounded familiar to me as I came across the article, that kind of thing. So like I kind of knew about them, but that was literally it. It was a passing familiarity. And like I said, I was surprised that an entity with this same structure, like you said, like BlockFi and Celsius, was even still functioning at this point. excuse me, and to the point you were reading from this article, and again, everybody, links to everything we're talking about are in the description, so go ahead and check it out on your own. It sounds like they did a little SBF action with commingling of funds and and so on and so forth. So obviously, again, that counterparty, third party risk that you
Wonderful.
don't.
The wonderful bait and switch. This is the one that's Celsius. It's mirroring exactly what Celsius and Voyager did. And you'd think that the institutions would lay off the same type of sills, but they're still doing the exact same thing. Same risk, same problem.
Yep. And we've had a couple of comments I just want to run up here. Yeah, Chris, you know what? I know a lot of people that had done that. Take a loan out, put it as a down payment on the house, then you can just pay it back. Yeah, and absolutely. And what's this? Dream Thread, welcome. Appreciate you being here. And Andrew saying, so like me. There you go.
Since 2009.
Yeah. So basically, yes. I got grandchildren older than you. No, I'm kidding. Oh man, love having you here, Andrew. Seriously. I don't know. The bottom line is, hopefully, no more of this type of structure exists. No more companies with this type of structure exist. But do you think there are?
I hope not. We just found out about one. There might be a dozen more. Who knows? Like I said, we haven't. Like I just assumed all those issues were resolved back like 3-4 years ago, but they're still popping up like one after another. So we're in the same. We're in the same situation.
Oh man, and I was gonna say, there are no like Canadian specific ones, are there?
We had Quadriga
X. Yeah.
That was one of the main ones that went down. That was an OG exchange, one of the first ones to crash and burn heavily. But we haven't seen that. Well, I want to say that we haven't seen it since. We're extremely
like 2018, 2019 that there was a problem with them, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yep, that's correct. We haven't seen anything recently. We're heavily regulated over here as well, so I'm just gonna assume that's the issue. Well, actually, sorry, that's not the issue. That's the reason why we haven't had that issue.
They see, okay. 1970s. Okay, that's a little more reasonable. You're still younger than me, but that's a little more reasonable.
Me and Andrew in the same range. There you
go. Oh man, that's funny. Well, I don't know. I guess for those people who are in the crypto space who have been around for a while and have seen stuff like Celsius and BlockFi, I would hope that you wouldn't commit your funds to that type of thing again when you have other options available to you, especially in the DeFi space. Although as long as you're not trying to buy $50 million worth of Aave on a DeFi exchange and it costs you about $36,000 per Aave. But anyway, not to get way off track.
Oh, that was brutal.
Did you see that?
I saw that. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we're really going to talk about that today, but I saw that. We actually talked about it last night, BC, Bedell and I, but it was like, are you kidding? I mean, I get it. You click the button that says, okay, I get it, slippage, yada, yada. But man.
Okay, so I'm not in a position where I have millions of dollars to exchange. But I would do it in smaller batches. Wouldn't you think smaller batches would make sense just in case a situation like that would arise, right?
Yes. Yeah. But again, I don't know. I ain't got. You're right. I don't have that kind of money to burn.
It could be pocket change to them.
Yeah. Or you could just be like, who was it? Kevin O'Leary, who had his wallet hacked for like almost $1 billion or whatever.
Oh, that was Mark Cuban. It was Mark.
No, Mark Cuban. That's right. Don't be Mark Cuban. That was my headline. Yeah, don't be Mark Cuban. There we go. There we go. Thank you for correcting me. Oh man. Well, listen, we're gonna keep moving on here, and we're gonna move to centralized exchanges a little bit. And I saw somebody put something about centralized exchange right here. No centralized exchange, period. Self-custody is the only option. Yeah, I
Totally agree
1000%,
with that.
Christopher,
Totally
man.
agree. Yeah.
1000%. And listen, and here's the thing, and anybody even watching this on the replay, you are in a position to be like completely self-sovereign. And I get it. There's a learning curve. I completely understand. But you know what? If you reach out to some of the good people, and we got links in the description, go ahead. Any one of those people, if you reached out to them, I guarantee you they would help you or direct you to someone that could help you to get yourself self-sovereign. Just
100%. Yep.
Just saying. Anyway, but to that end, we're going to talk a little bit about Coinbase right now. So I'll let Jar bring that up and then
Yep.
get us going here. Oh, and what's this? 50 million to 30. Yeah. And they gave him back, like, I think it was $400,000 in fees, which first off, it's a DeFi exchange. Why are you even doing that? You know what I'm saying?
Reputation.
Well, but you want to know what? I mean, I guess I get it, but I don't know. I really don't. You got to be a big boy. Wear your big boy pants.
And losses for life. That's awesome.
It's like, seriously though. So anyway, sorry, I just saw that, so I wanted to bring it up. And Slick, welcome. Appreciate you being here. But anyway, I'm sorry, Jar. Yeah. I interrupted you. So you want to give everybody the skinny on this?
Yeah. So basically, what happened is there were some accounting practices that took place at Coinbase, where they were shuffling around some Bitcoin, and it triggered quite a few heat maps or radars or what people are using to watch activity with Bitcoin, because these are basically older wallets that haven't been touched in a long time, and when crypto gets moved from one wallet to another, it sets off flags for a lot of different people. Coinbase was shuffling around some wallets, and they moved probably one of the biggest amounts that's been seen on the blockchain in the recent years. It was over $68 billion worth of Bitcoin, which has moved from wallet to wallet. But what it really seems to be is just an accounting thing on Coinbase's side. Nothing was sold, at least that I'm aware of. Nothing was sold. And I believe there was some panic selling around this move. But
hell yeah,
everything's recovered since. Well, somewhat recovered since.
Listen, I and you bring it up, like there's these analytics that are following and groups that are following these wallets, and hey, double thumbs, man. Good for you, and glad to see that kind of thing is happening, right? But you're reporting this out there, and then what does that do? I mean, you got a bunch of people who start running around with their hair on fire, and then the next thing you know, you got a bunch of to do for nothing. I mean, what was it, Jar? Like 2-3 days ago, maybe there was reporting because BlackRock moved a bunch of Bitcoin over to Coinbase and so on and so forth. And again, like you said, this affects the market. It affects the liquidity and all this other kind of stuff. And I don't know.
It's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because you can see it happen. It's on the blockchain. People are able to see these transactions, which you wouldn't see if this happened in a private institution. But because it's on the blockchain, we can all see it. Bad thing is just because they're doing some accounting rigmaroles, everyone's going to freak out and wonder why $70 billion is being moved around.
It's moving.
Why is it moving? Yeah. So I would, if I personally saw that, I might freak out a little bit as well, because why is that kind of like moving around? So
yeah. And I get it, to like I said, to a degree, it's one of those necessary evils. But I think that we as people in the crypto space need to be cognizant of the fact that, especially for exchange wallets, that kind of thing happens a lot, from cold storage to like hot wallets, that kind of thing. In order to make stuff happen, and never mind anything OTC, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. There
could be institutional buying. There just could be things being lined up right now that could happen. We're in a position where a lot of people want to scoop up some Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana because the market's so low. So
you say that.
Yeah.
You say that, but the
I do
next
say that.
article we have is Arthur Hayes saying, I don't want me no Bitcoin right now.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if this is like sell the news, right? But it sort of sounds like it. Um, Basically, in this article, Arthur Hayes is stating that this is a no trade zone, and he doesn't believe in purchasing or selling right now. It's the HODL game, even though it's low, and he thinks it could go even lower. Typically, you would DCA in. He believes that there is going to be a trigger where the Federal Reserve is going to print God knows how much they're going to print, and that would be the real buying and selling opportunity, because we should be seeing some heavy action from there. What do you think about this, CCM?
Well, I mean, I think Arthur Hayes has enough money that he doesn't really need to do anything but sit on his butt. But beyond that, I mean, I don't know. I don't disagree that like the US is going to increase the money printer, the speed of the money printer. I mean, it's going to happen. Now, I don't know that, or I hesitate to say that it's going to happen in short order, I think, or in the shorter time frame that he is thinking. Again, we have the Fed speech coming on Thursday, right?
Is it Thursday? Yep,
Or
okay.
is it Wednesday? It's either
I don't know.
tomorrow or Thursday. I'm sorry. I probably should have checked that before we started here. But anyway, this week, and you know what? The chances of a rate cut that would increase that potentiality is like really low, really low. And I mean, I don't know. I just don't think the US, if you look at all the macro factors, is in a position to really fire it up now without pushing themselves and the entire economy down the drain. I think they're going to have to. There ain't no way when you're $39 trillion in debt and you're sitting here invading countries, trying to buy other countries, and then starting wars with other countries. And so, okay, you get my political opinion. Let me slap it out.
No, I totally agree with that. Like right now, regardless of what the market is doing, I'm just DCing in. It's not a lot, but I mean, I'm just going to buy into Bitcoin. When I had started this in January, I thought I bought at the end and it was just going to keep going up, and it went up to like 98,000, but it's come all the way down into the 60s. And I've been buying every single day with that. And that's been the strategy. That's supposed to be the time tested way to at least accumulate some sort of wealth when it comes to Bitcoin and other valuable assets.
And I think you're spot on. I think you're spot on. If you're doing it on a consistent basis, like why stop? You don't know what the low is going to be of any, I don't care what asset it is you're going into, gold, silver, Bitcoin, it doesn't matter. You know, and you don't know what the high is going to be.
Exactly.
Unless you got some kind of crystal ball or you're coming back from the future, you got no clue. So why not, like Jar just said, hedge your bets by continuing to DCA?
Yep. There's Christopher. Wouldn't listen to banking on BTC right now. And Sol is ridiculous. I don't know either. Correct. He's rich. Yeah, I don't know. Like he's got his money. He's already made his money. So I don't really have to listen to. I think it's noise. That's what I really think this is about. It's just kind of creating a little bit of confusion in here.
Now, do you think I didn't take that take from that, but I appreciate it. And do you think that is on purpose? From him, I mean?
No, I don't think it's on purpose. I think that's just his perception. And he probably truly believes that. I think when you start publicizing it and putting it out there over and over again, then you're selling the news more than what it really is. And you're just taking that one voice and amplifying it.
Okay, fair enough.
And it's a strong voice. He's a veteran in the space. Like, who's going to argue with him, right?
Exactly. How many podcasts is this guy on all the time? And, you know, the people following his newsletters and this and that and this and that. Of course. I mean, and again, he's got the money. He's earned the reputation in the space. He's run an exchange, you know, the boom, you know, the guy, he's got the bona fides, as they say, you know, but yeah, I don't know. I appreciate your take there, Jar. Appreciate that take. It
Yep.
could just be noise.
It could just be noise. Yes.
Yeah, fair enough.
Pulling up the next one. There we go.
Fair enough. Yeah, no worries, no worries. Take your time. And matter of fact, the next one, what's the next one we got up? It's about the CBDCs, I think, correct?
Yes, it is. Yes, sir. Let me grab that here.
Yeah.
Throw it on stage. There we go.
There you go. The U.S. Senate voting to ban CBDCs. The pretty much the headline is the thing. Man.
Bite your tongue. Bite your tongue. There you go.
I have so much in the way of disdain for what's going on. The Genius Act, you know, the cryptocurrency space applauded the Genius Act. And I guess as a whole, okay, it's nice. It gives the banks and regular other entities the ability to be able to access stable coins. All it did, in my opinion, again, and this is where I kind of like, laugh at that headline right there. It is like, okay, they've done two things, because that I'm conflating these two together. Okay, I'm combining these two together. The Genius Act, in my opinion, already created the framework for CBDCs. It just did. The way it's written. We have CBDCs. They're just going to come in the back door and bend you over the table. They're already here. That's what's going to happen. And I encourage anyone who's actually read the Genius Act to come and talk to me about how I am incorrect. Please do. Okay. That being said, this right here, because of the executive orders that's been written by Trump, because of the bills that have been placed in Congress about CBDCs and banning CBDCs, what they did wasn't even a ban. They basically kicked it down the road until 2031.
Exactly. When he's no longer president and somebody else takes office, and then they can sneak it in. And this is a year into the term on top of it.
Yeah, it's like it just gives them the opportunity to be able to issue a CBDC. And make no bones about it, folks. Okay, I've been talking about it for years. The US has been working on a CBDC for a long time. I've shown articles and other proof that they've already tested it in the system, already connected with the central banks, already connected with the Visas, the MasterCards, all that kind of stuff has already been done. Those railways already exist.
Yeah.
The only reason that they're not pulling this front and center right now, I'm just gonna pull this out of here because just looking at it's aggravating the shit out of me. Anyway. The only reason that they're not pushing this right now is because, in my opinion, like I just said, they've already got it set. They're just going to use privately controlled stable coins to be CBDCs. And but they've left, by doing this, kicking it down the road to 2031. They've left the door open for the Fed to be able to come in and, you know, maybe have to issue that UBI in the form of stable coins issued by the government, officially issued by the government. Bottom line is, as an American, it pisses me off. As somebody in the crypto space, it pisses me off. And to think of the potentiality of what could happen when they decide to utilize it, because it's not an if, it's a when.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
What that's going to mean to my kids and grandkids. Okay, I'm going to take a drink now. Go ahead, Jar. Save me.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna wind you up just a little bit more, because this bill is not just about CBDCs. They've also mixed in housing policies. Like, is this common where things are constantly collected and put into the same bucket? Like, you can't really argue the entire bill because it consists of many other components. So this isn't a CBDC bill. This is a bill that contains CBDC, housing policies, and a few other things. Is that right?
I was staying
Okay,
away
so
from
that's
that
right.
on purpose.
Okay.
I was staying away from that on purpose.
Yeah,
And it is one of the things I hate most about the way Congress does business, especially over the last few decades. This was much less common back in the day. You know, when I was like, you know, let's just say a toddler, and this was a lot less of a thing. Did it happen? Earmarks, all that kind of thing? Of course it did. But like, it seems like it is the only way to get legislation through nowadays. They tie something they want to force through into something they know they can get some traction on.
Yeah,
Housing.
incredibly sneaky, very sneaky the way to do that, right?
And what I hate about the way they do business, hate it with a passion. It should be a single bill, voted on its merits, end of story. Right. And, you know, for those of you who are in the space, you guys know who John Deaton is. But for those of you who may be watching this on a replay or something and you're not familiar with him, he is the crypto lawyer that helped out the XRP army with when the XRP was being sued by the government. He helped the retail end of investors. And here we are now, where he was running in the last election cycle here against Elizabeth Warren, trying to unseat her as she was trying to create an anti-crypto army. He one of the things he was running on was this single aspect bill voting. None of this crap like we're seeing with what Jar just pointed out. That's still happening.
Yeah.
Jar, you got my blood pressure up.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to.
I can feel the veins in my neck right now. I can't. Does that happen in Canada?
Yeah, they do it, but not to the extent that happens in the US. So there is a little bit of overlap with some of our bills, but most of the time, at least the ones that I've paid attention to, and I haven't paid attention to a lot of them, seem to be hyper focused on a subject before they start intertwining it with other things. It just seems like it's a consistent thing that happens in the US where it's just a large bucket and they toss a lot of different things in that they just want to sneak. It seems like a sneaky move. They just want to sneak it through and it gets accepted. Especially when it comes to budgets, there's like millions and billions of dollars that are just tucked away and shuffled into these bills. So,
yeah, and exactly, Chris, you're right on it. Exactly, and to what you just said, Jar. I mean,
yeah,
okay. One of the main, and again, has nothing to do with cryptocurrency, right? Acts that passed within the last, oh my God, I think it's been maybe 10 plus years now. Was the Affordable Care Act, aka Obamacare, here in the United States. That was one of those, let's go, you got to vote on it. No time to read it. You can read it after you vote on
it. Right.
Nancy Pelosi. That's all I'm going to say. She was the one that forced it through. So again, it happens on numerous scales. I hate them all. And that's why we need term limits everywhere in government, quite frankly, because these people are too entrenched, got their pockets getting lined, and yeah. And it just is.
I don't know about being more brainwashed.
Yeah.
It's a pretty close tie right now.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
There's no party that can win over here. We're just a disaster. It's insane.
It's funny that he brought this up.
Yes.
That's kind of funny. And Andrew, you running the show now.
Exactly what
on. Yeah, right. Well, I mean, I think, is that our next article?
It is. There we go.
All right. Well, let's do it.
95% of Bitcoin has been issued. There's only 5% of the supply left. So 20 million Bitcoins have now been mined. 1 million Bitcoins is left over the next 120 years.
That's
pretty insane. That's a pretty big milestone.
Yeah. Yep. It's hard to wrap my head around that because I'm thinking, okay, so most of it, and I'm like, how much? 120 years.
Yeah.
Nothing in comparison, like what you're going to get as rewards over the next 120 years.
Well,
And
it depends on the value.
Is right around the corner.
Yeah, yeah. It depends on the value of the coin itself, right? Because this is where scarcity starts coming to mind. And this is where supposedly the value of Bitcoin should be skyrocketing as supply dwindles down. And if you're wondering what happens after, most of the fees from transactions is what miners will be exposed to, and that will be the only form of income once all coins have been mined. But that's 120 years from now. So,
yeah, we ain't going to be here to talk about it. Just saying.
No. Well, I mean, unless we go bionic, but I'm not planning on doing it that.
Yeah. Or AI doesn't kill us first. But yeah. Anyway, again, off track, getting way off track here.
Supposed to be positive,
yeah. I mean, I think it's a great milestone. Don't misunderstand me. I think it brings good positive to the space, and especially, I guess, if you're a Bitcoin maxi. But you know, think about it. It proves the case for Bitcoin in particular, cryptocurrencies in general that follow a similar emission type of schedule, and the fact that they become deflationary over time versus our current fiat systems. I don't care what country you're from, they operate by complete inflation. So yeah, but the problem is they did a good job. The Fudsters, I'll just put them all in one bucket there. Yeah, the Fudsters. Yeah. Not the Fuddruckers. You can go to Fuddruckers on your own. The Fudsters, and with, you know, because people who aren't really in the crypto space still think crypto is like destroying the environment. They think crypto is for criminals. You know, I had that conversation. I'll go with conversation with somebody in a live stream who was like touting so much of the old narrative that has been completely like debunked, by the way. But like it obviously still permeates society who may want to even potentially dip their toes into crypto. Your thoughts on that, Jar? What are your thoughts, man?
Yeah, I'm kind of echoing the same thing. So there's a few different ways to look at this, right? I want to stay positive, and I want to look at this from the lens where scarcity is everything, and this is the new form of currency, and this is going to be the way we're going to be transacting in the future. And maybe Bitcoin isn't the one, but it is the dominant one, and we'll build from that. I see a lot of just positive factors looking at this being the cornerstone of the entire space right now. So I just want to keep things positive. That's the way I'm going to look at it right now.
No, and we have to. And here you go, to that end. I mean, Andrew's not wrong. Get your Bitcoin and whatever other crypto it is you're holding into cold storage. Absolutely. And the timeline, you're probably pretty spot on there. Now, the Social Security thing, I just got my Social Security. Hey, you're old enough now to get your money.
It's going to start paying out if there's anything left.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Man. Anyway,
we'll see what happens with PPI.
And then you wonder why I sit here trying to teach people about cryptocurrency and sound money. And there it is. Holy cannoli. All right. But listen, there's more interesting things with regard to Bitcoin and Bitcoin mining and that kind of thing. And man, am I about to lose my computer? If I bounce off here for a second, guys, I'll be back. But Jar, go ahead.
We have a new water heater, and this is a Bitcoin miner. So the appliance itself, I think there's a cost for this, and I have to pull it up. But what it does is it's actually going to be a water heater. It's going to mine Bitcoin, and it'll offset the cost of your bills over time. Maybe not right away. If you give me a second, I'm just going to try to find. Oh, there it is. It's a $2,000.
Yeah, I was about to say it's $2,000. Yep.
Trying to find out what the price is. But this is an interesting way. You're going to have to get a water heater in most cases, especially up here in Canada. Water heaters are not $2,000. This is probably closer to double the price. But I mean, if it's going to pay for itself over time, it seems like a pretty good investment. But then you also have to factor in the cost of electricity. I didn't get the specs on it. So if you give me a second, I'll get the specs on it because the hash rate would matter.
Yeah, no, I thought I saw her. Yeah, by all means, go ahead and look it up. I forgot what the hashing was on that. But anyway, to me, these kind of things, again, I'm not looking at these type of appliances, and we're going to show you a couple more things in a minute. But these things aren't necessarily, in my opinion, for primarily mining Bitcoin. This is like, listen, you're going to be spending electricity to heat your water heater anyway. Why not spend the extra money to embed a Bitcoin miner into your water heater? And while it's doing what it does anyway, guess what? You're earning some sats. That to me makes a lot of sense. It's practical utility, in my humble opinion.
120 terahash. That's what it is.
Okay, 100. Which I mean, I'm no miner, but that doesn't sound like a whole
comparable. I'm just checking what it's comparable to, like an S21 XP, maybe. Not really sure, but just looking it up.
And now this isn't the only appliance, that's the word I want, that will do this for you. One of the other ones that I've talked about, like, my goodness, for years, because when I first saw it, I was like, yep, got to get me one of these. Was because again, I live in the cold part of the country here. I think Jar is like, got tropical weather by comparison. No, I'm only kidding. Jar, but Jar understands. It's like you got to heat your house. Well, Jar, when you're ready, if you could flip over to the one about HeatBit next instead of I know we had another one queued up, but that one I've talked about HeatBit. You can get a portable heater that heat your house, your room, your garage, your office, your whatever, and it mines Bitcoin at the same time. Now, links there again to everything we're talking about in the description right here. And there you go. No, I don't want a free gift right now, but thank you very much. Anyway, these, in my opinion, now again, are you gonna go and like just earn so much Bitcoin you don't have to do anything else with this kind of thing? No, of course not. However, again, are you going to heat your home? Are you going to use I use them all the time. Like these little space heaters that you put in a room to like heat a room or an area.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta believe you do. I mean, you're in the cold neck of the woods.
So like maybe like right now it's not profitable to run 120 terahash water heater. It would be something that you're mining and holding. But you're going to be eating the cost right now with the current price. So it depends on your perspective and electricity cost. That's going to be another major factor to see if this is even worth it. For me, when it comes to Bitcoin mining, I'm not going to choose this path. I'm just going to pay. I heat my house with natural gas. I'm just going to use that because it's going to be substantially cheaper. And if I want to be mining Bitcoin, I'm going to be doing that with a hosted facility or buy a share at the node factory. And then buy a share of a hosted miner. That's going to be a lot more efficient. It's going to earn me something over a shorter period of time.
Well, maybe we could talk a little bit about the Node Factory after. We got one more thing to go over before we kind of wrap up. We're going long today, and I appreciate it because a lot of the comments in the chat driving that along there. So, what did Kevin say? The best way to avoid returns from Bitcoin miners because of the overwhelming heat. Yeah, well, again, it serves the dual purpose, right? Heating the water, heating the house, heating the exactly. And again, to me, you got to take your own situations into account, obviously. But if you're going to put, you need a new hot water heater, and it's going to use this pretty much the same amount of electricity, and you're going to get something back out of it. Well, I don't know, kind of no brainer to me. But you know, like Jar's saying, well, he's thinking natural gas, right? Well, okay, then maybe that's a better solution for him. But if like somebody like me who has electric heat, hello, why would I not? Why would I not want something back in return? Again, my opinion. Absolutely. But listen, Bitcoin mining specialities are not done yet. Jar's got another one queued up here that I think you'll find interesting. Oh no, wait, that's not the one.
What the?
But that's okay. We're gonna come to that one. We probably should have just.
I was looking at Pac-Man.
We like Pac-Man. No. The watch.
The watch. There you go. There you go. Yep.
Because you listen, you want to mine and you want to do it with your watch. Boom shakalaka. There it is. You can do that. Again, are you gonna go and get rich mining with your watch? No. But I do like the fact
Jacob watch. Come on, man. It's gonna appreciate over time.
it may, and I was gonna ask you to scroll down because I think they have different designs a little bit I mean, look at it. It's I don't know, it's pretty. I like it. Can't afford it, but I like it.
That is insane. Okay, this is a huge.
Yeah, and there's some of the other designs right there. So there you go. That's crazy. I don't know. Again, I mean, if I became Bitcoin rich like Arthur Hayes, maybe I'd go and do that. But like, other than that, that's not happening. But again, I know a lot of people out there, they like these kind of things. This is their status symbols, their whatever.
They're flexing. $40,000.
Exactly.
Jeez. Okay. $40,000 for 1,000 terahash.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Like I said, you ain't gonna be rich, but you know, again, are you wearing a watch anyway? Can you afford it? I saw it. I thought it was interesting because we're talking about a lot of other options. Ja, what do you think? Are you going to be buying one of those?
No, not anytime soon. Not anytime soon. I'll skip.
Oh shit, that was funny. And you know what, Ja, let's round off because we said we started off crappy. We were gonna try and end off with a little bit of fun, which I think those miners are a little bit of fun. But you know, if we were in Switzerland, we would have had the opportunity to see this display right here, and they actually were narrating this when this was people were sitting out watching this. I don't know if you can turn that up, Jar, so people can hear it, but there was a narrator with this
Utility is relative. This is what they do not understand. They see a ticker on a screen. We see the most secure savings technology ever invented. They think it's just another asset in their portfolio. Utility is relative.
There you go.
This is what they do not.
And that about sums it up, right? I mean, that's exactly what people think. Or they think again, it's for scammers, it's for thieves, it's for whatever. But like, I thought that was interesting.
It's for everyone.
Yeah. I thought that whole and the drone thing. I mean, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, they're getting very creative with those.
Yep. I don't know, Gerard. Did we cover everything we were supposed to talk about?
I think we did. I think we did. Wow, that went a little bit better than expected. I'm happy about that. After me deleting the stream last week.
Yeah. Which was, listen, everybody that was looking for our stream last week, it was completely my fault. I had, well, let's just call it a senior moment, and completely forgot about the stream, and caused Jar some stress, and in the stress, yeah, mistakes. Let's just say mistakes were made, and we had to rebuild it to do the stream. But that's okay. It's okay. We're together. We're back at it.
We're back.
Yeah. Well, okay. We're back until next week.
Oh yeah. So next week we're off, right? We're
yes.
I'm actually going to leave the country for a bit, so we're taking a week off, and then we'll be
go.
back on the 31st, Tuesday, March 31st. That's right.
Yeah.
So what do you got going on this week with your channel, CCM?
And listen, 1000% right there. And welcome, by the way. What have I got going? Oh my goodness. The usual stuff as always. Obviously, I'm working on my Crypto Mindset Minute series. Friday night, Crypto on the Rocks. You can't ever forget about that. Crypto on the Rocks, folks. Come by, have a drink, shoot the crap. Appreciate all of it. And oh, there you go, Jar. I'm sure
Kevin K, thank you, sir. Add memberships. Yeah, I should add memberships. Safe travels. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I'm gonna be. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I'll talk.
No. Go ahead. We can sit back. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go live tomorrow at 1:30. I was just gonna let Kevin know because he was actually asking me about tools, about new apps for the Seeker store, and how to find them. I found some tools. I'm gonna be sharing them on the stream tomorrow. Just so you know, Kevin, it's called Denario. It's an app that you can find in the Seeker store, but their website actually has a lot of analytical tools where you can select different apps and when they're released. So I'll be sharing that tomorrow at 1:30. Sorry, CCM, go right ahead.
No, not at all. I mean, that's pretty much it. And then rotating back through to the normal stuff next week. Now, listen, for next Tuesday, currently what I have set up is I put together a best of Matrix Money podcast video, have it scheduled to air at our normal time next Tuesday night. It's not long. It's about 20 minutes long. All of our guests are on there, and a lot of good stuff from Jar and I. So if nothing else, make sure you tune in and watch that. You'll see it pop up in your feed if YouTube does its job. And anyway, yeah, so that's what's going on with that. But Jar, one other thing you had mentioned earlier about the node factor. Is there any updates or whatever you want to give to everybody with regard to that?
Yeah, I wish I could say that there's some exciting news, but the way the market is right now, Bitcoin is it's marginally profitable, and Doge is really the only other thing right now that's worth mining. So we want to push more ASIC miners, but the market is dictating what we're doing right now. So we're in a holding pattern until things pick up a little bit. It's been promising over the last couple of days, but we don't know how long this is going to last, right? It could just go back down into the crapper again. So as for the node factory, no major updates right now.
Okay. What about anything else you got going beside that? I know.
Yes, CCM. I got a couple things to talk about. I've been trying to hit level 4 with my Seeker phone. I know you don't really care about these Solana devices, but I managed to hit level 4, and it took a lot of work. So if you're going to try to, this is all for 10% allocation, or a portion of the airdrop that's going to be coming out for season 2 is a portion of the 10% that's going to be released, hopefully in the next month or so. But I finally hit level 4. I have some techniques that I was using, but the effort and the payout, I don't know if they're equal or if it's going to be beneficial to some people. But I'm going to be sharing that tomorrow during my stream called the Mainnet, which is 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to go over a few things. We're going to go over some dApps. There is a new free NFT or SBT that you can mint on your Seeker phone. I'll be talking about that as well as some other tools. Like I had mentioned to Kevin just right now, there is some more analytical tools, because since the last airdrop for Seeker holders, it was a massive one. It gained a lot of attention. And the developers got a huge chunk of that release. a ton of more apps were created during that time. So it went from 150 apps to over 650 apps in a course of just a couple of months. So there's been an explosion with that. And future airdrops will have to also be split up amongst these groups. So that's why I don't know how beneficial it is. But there's some analytical tools that you can use, one from Dinero, where you can filter down the list and see what was recently released and filter it by category to also see if it's an app you're even interested in, and filter it by rating, which is another nice tool to have. So you can keep filtering it down, and then you get an optimized list of something that you might be worth your time trying. And that's what I'm going to go over tomorrow, as well as just some new dApps that I've been playing with. But that's sort of what I'm looking at right now.
Well, that spawned two questions for me. The first one is, you were talking like you're not sure if it's worth the effort, is worth the output right now of what you're getting. Yep. Now, is it Seeker you're getting, like Seeker tokens, or is it Sol? Yep.
So it's the Seeker token, which is doing remarkably well considering the market. So this is a token that is designed specifically for holders of the phone. It was released for them, although it's on the markets and it's openly available. But the airdrop was specifically to benefit the holders. And it was one of the biggest airdrops I've ever seen. So there was people that made upwards of $40,000 for this airdrop. Yeah, and there's a large chunk of people that was the bucket that I was in that was making about $4,000, which is that's pretty nice, right? The phone cost. How much did the phone cost? I forget how much the phone costs now. It's a few $100, but if the payoff is a few $1,000s, it's totally worth the effort. But that airdrop was the airdrop allocation, according to the tokenomics, is 30%, and 20% of that was already released. So there's only 10% left. 10% for all the future seasons. So that's just getting divided up more and more. And the benefits may not necessarily be there. So that's what I'm going to be digging into as well. Because I'm a nerd and I'm going to be using this phone all the time for content, but not everyone has that kind of time to put into a phone. Like people have jobs and families. Like, how much time do you really want to dedicate to installing apps and doing trades? And the trades are not free. Like, I'm shorting Fartcoin right now just to see what happens. And I mean, like, these are the things I'm doing right now for entertainment, but yeah, we'll see if it's worth it.
Well, now the other piece of that question was, do you, looking at it through like the lens like most people look at Bitcoin, like HODL and hold it for the long term, would it be worth it, do you think, in the long term, like HODLing Seeker?
So, not financial advice. In my perspective, I think it actually is worth holding on to for the long term. And I would only allocate a reasonable portion to that. They have some very aggressive steps that they're taking right now to grow the ecosystem. And they've been very successful in a short amount of period of time. They've only released 2 phones. They have a group of 200,000 users, which are very hardcore into the ecosystem. And the way you see that is by looking at how many people are staking it. And over 70% of the supply that was released is being staked, which is incredible. You don't see that with other tokens.
No.
You can call it whatever you want to call it. It is kind of cultish, but it's definitely believers in it. And one of the most impactful things that I've seen them do is release something called the Solana mobile stack. And these are, it's a stack that's been released to OEM Android manufacturers to insert the stack into their chipsets, which gives exposure to everybody else that might just be picking up an OEM phone from like Xiaomi or Samsung or another manufacturer. And by going into the settings and flipping a switch, you now have a hard wallet for Solana built into your phone. And it's a hardware wallet that you can use and exchange with. So that's a nice feature that you can add onto your phone and gives you exposure to this Solana ecosystem. So it's bigger for the whole ecosystem overall. But if you're holding the SKR token, this is one of those positive benefits.
Okay. This is an outsider looking in. Yeah. It seems to be one of the only projects on Solana that's worth a damn. That's the outsider looking in who hates Solana. Just saying. But anyway,
I love this love-hate relationship that we have.
But I give it where it is. If it's something good,
Yeah,
It's something good. Yep.
Yeah.
And Kevin saying he uses it as a secondary device every day here, not aiming for level 4.
Me too,
Right?
Kevin. Me too.
There it is.
And I'm not even a fan of Apple, but my family is all on Apple, so I'm in the ecosystem whether I like it or not. I was going to use an Android phone regardless, just because I like Android for crypto. So my Seeker phone is now my dominant Android phone. It's not my only Android phone, but it's the one that I'm using right now. But I don't trust it enough for it to be my primary phone, and I think that's kind of the key part here. 2 reasons: it's Solana only, and I don't hold just Solana, and there's dApps in here that, even though they've approved it and put it in the dApp store, I don't personally trust it myself. Like, there's a dApp that's called Seeker Claw, and OpenClaw is like, it's something that's just, it's viral, it's out there, a lot of people are talking about it, but these agents that are running can run wild, and they have access to your assets. Now, one of the things that it did learn is all exchanges with Seeker Claw have to be authorized by a biometric scanner. So you have to authorize every single transaction, which is a great barrier to put in front of it. But there's still a lot of other things that it could possibly do on your phone that I'm not comfortable with.
And Tyler saying he obviously uses his as well.
Yeah.
The Seeker is the most fluid Android phone I've used.
Oh, that's good to hear. I prefer the Pixel phone. I have a Pixel 6, a Pixel 7, and I just got a Pixel 10. It must be because it's developed by Google, and everything that runs in it is just part of their own ecosystem, which is great. But the Seeker phone itself, it's working really well with dApps, and I like the way they developed it. Anything outside of the ecosystem is where it gets a little bit sticky. If you're using it for a camera, the camera isn't exactly the greatest. If you're trying to watch videos on it, the speaker isn't the greatest. It's like a mid-tier phone, but definitely does the job that you need it to do. So I can't complain about it too much, especially at the price point that they're selling it at. And I remembered it's a $500 phone. I was trying to remember how much the phone cost. It's a $500 phone. So yeah.
I got one more question, and then we'll wrap up because we're way over here at this point.
Yes.
So, hindsight.
Yes.
Was the wait worth, or was this phone worth the wait?
Yes, 100%. The payout, so if you have a heart condition, no, because there was a lot of stress that went along with it, because they weren't telling you anything. And that's the other problem, is the lack of communication with everything to do with this phone just isn't there. You don't know what's happening. Even right now, I'm guessing along the way, and I'm reporting back what I hear from other people on X, on YouTube, and I'm just trying to voice everything that I'm getting at, and hopefully help guide people to maximize the most they can out of this device. Because right now in crypto, there isn't a lot of positive things that it's going on right now. This is one of those few things. So I'm trying to do as much as possible, and the things that are not working are the things I definitely want to talk about, so you avoid them, so you don't repeat the same failures that I have. And that's part of like what a lot of my videos are when it comes to the Seeker phone. But is it worth it? To answer your question, yes, it was completely worth it. It was like a 5x return on the investment.
Okay, there you go, folks. So now you want more info, you got to join Jar tomorrow live at 1:30 p.m.
1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's correct.
Okay. All right. There it is. All right, folks. We are out of here. Appreciate everybody. And thank you to everybody that was in the chat and keeping the chat active. Appreciate all of you. And we won't see you next week. We'll see you in 2 weeks. And thanks for being here.
Yep. We'll see you on March 31st. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Have a good night.